Welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie and today's video is such a fun one. I've been seeing a lot of people do this lately and I really wanted to do it as well, so I hope you guys are excited. Today we're doing the reading until I find a 5-star book video. So basically, if you've never seen this video before, I'm just gonna go through books and read them, and I can't stop the video until I find a 5-star read, or what I think is a 5-star read. So this video could be really long or really short. It just depends how I'm feeling about the books that I pick up and read. I'm a huge mood reader if you didn't know, so basically I'm just gonna go off my mood, what I'm feeling, and things like that. So the first book that we're starting with is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the Chestnut Springs series if you haven't read it yet. I've read the first one. I rated it a 4 stars. I thought it was so good. I love just the overall vibes of it. It's like a small town cowboy kind of vibes. I really love that one, and I want to read this one because there's a 4th one coming out soon, so I need to get through this one and the 3rd one. We probably won't read the 3rd one in this video just because I want to get through like different types of books. I'm gonna start with Heartless. So Heartless is specifically about Cade and Willa, and Cade is Rhett's brother from the first book and Willa is Summer's best friend from the first book. So they all kind of tie together in some way, but Cade is a single dad. He has a son. He ends up hiring Willa as the nanny for the summer, and then, you know, I'm sure romance blossoms from there, but I'm very excited to read this. So we're gonna start off with this one and see how it goes, but I'm gonna get started on this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let's see what our 5-star book of the week is gonna be. Excuse my appearance, I just showered obviously, but it's Tuesday and it's almost 7:30 now. I've had a long day, so literally all I want to do is sit here and read my book. I guess I got through quite a bit last night. I'm on page 262. I'm in the middle of a chapter right now. I really love this story. It's like the single dad nanny dynamic, obviously. I really love Willa's relationship with Luke, who is Cade's 5-year-old son. It's just so sweet and she cares about him so much, and obviously that's making Cade want to be with her more. They have kissed, but they haven't like crossed any of their lines because Cade doesn't think he should, basically, and Willa like really wants him to. There's just been a lot of sweet moments. Like Luke was really sick at one point and Willa took care of him, and then Willa got sick from Luke, and then Cade ended up taking care of her. So there's just been some really sweet moments. I really love the dynamic between the 3 of them kind of forming their own little family. I'm definitely over halfway now, so I'm gonna sit here and read as much as I can because I really want to get this book finished. Probably not tonight, but by tomorrow morning for sure. I love this book. I mean, like, I loved the first one and I am equally loving this one as well. So we'll see in the end how I end up rating it and how I feel about this one compared to the first one once I finish, but so far so good. I'm gonna sit in my little chair and just zone out into another world because I really need to right now. Let's get to reading. Daily check-in. It's now Wednesday. It's literally exactly 8 o'clock. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 8 o'clock right now. I have not finished the book yet. I still like really love this book. It's just I work an 8 to 5 job every day, so it's like hard to finish it, but I'm gonna finish it tonight for sure. I'm on page 400 currently, so I have about 70 pages to read tonight. I feel like I'm still liking the first one better, but this one still is really good. I like the dynamic between having the child in it. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here and finish this book, and then I'll probably update you guys tomorrow, like my rating and final thoughts on it, and then I'll show you the next book that we'll be reading in this vlog. Just wanted to give you a little minor update of where I'm at, and then I'll come back to you guys tomorrow once I finish. Hi guys, I'm not even gonna lie right now, it is literally Friday already. I had a really long week, so it took me longer than usual to finish this book, but I finally finished it yesterday. I just did not update you guys, so now I'm updating you guys. I finished Heartless last night. I loved the characters and just the relationship they formed all together. It was a very happy ending. Also, there was definitely a twist at the end, which I honestly didn't love. It wasn't my favorite thing that happened, but it's a spoiler, so I don't want to give it away. But if you know, you know. I didn't absolutely love how it ended, but I loved just their dynamic throughout. I loved the relationship that Willa had with Cade's son. I thought it was so special and so cute, and I love kids, so it was fun like having a kid in the book. But I am rating Heartless a 4 out of 5. I gave the same rating to the first one. I enjoyed it, but again, not like my absolute favorite. But I'm moving on to our next romance of the week, and that is When in Rome by Sarah Adams. If you just watched my recent Amazon haul, I got this book in that haul. I've seen so many people reading Practice Makes Perfect, which is like the second book to this one, but I haven't even read When in Rome first. I've heard it's really good, so I'm excited to start this one. But this is a romance between a stranded pop star and a small town baker. This girl named Amelia Rose, she's known as Ray Rose to her fans, is kind of tired of this like pop star life. She wants to get away for a bit, so she drives off and gets stranded in this small town in Kentucky. She comes across Noah, who's this like small town guy, baker. He doesn't have the patience for her pop princess problems, but he lets her stay in his guest room until her car can get fixed and she can like be on her way. Obviously, you know, things develop and happen between the two of them, so I'm excited to read this because I've heard really great things. But we're gonna start When in Rome today. Let's start reading and see how we like it. Hi guys, long time no update. It is now the next week and it's Tuesday already. I've been in like a little bit of a reading slump, so I'm still trekking through When in Rome. I'm like over halfway now and I like it, but I just feel like it's not really anything special. The main character Noah is like the grumpy guy and doesn't want a whole lot to do with Amelia when he first meets her, who is this like crazy pop star. He's starting to get to know her, but it's a really slow build up. He's like a nice guy, but I don't know, I'm not obsessed with him by any means. I like Amelia and I like her character. I think she's very like down to earth for how big of a pop star she is. And I do like Noah, but it's just not giving me anything like special. I do like it though. It's not that I don't like the book. I've just been kind of in a slump. I'm going to read more of this tonight. I'm going to try to finish this tomorrow for sure. Definitely not going to be a 5-star read. I can already tell. That's okay. I still enjoy the book. It's just definitely not a 5-star read for me. I'll update you guys more because I've been doing a very bad job of it and I know that. I'll see you tomorrow. It is now Wednesday. It's 7 o'clock and I have about 10 pages left of When in Rome, like a little over 10 pages. So I'm gonna sit down and finish this really quick and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts on it and my rating, and then we may or may not move on to the next book. Spoiler, we are most definitely moving on to another book. I'm gonna finish this and then I'll catch up with you guys what I think. Just finished When in Rome. I did like this book. Felt like it was very hyped up, so I honestly had like too high of expectations, I think, for it. I really liked the concept of it, of like a pop star in like a small town guy. Did you guys ever used to like daydream as a kid, like going on vacation or like going through a town or something and running into like a celebrity and then they like fall in love with you or something? Because I definitely did, and so it kind of reminded me of that concept, which I liked because I feel like I've never read a story like that before. But I also thought there were like things missing just for me. It wasn't very smutty, which I really like smutty books, so there was like no smut in this book, which is fine. Again, it's just like personal preference, obviously. And I really liked the family concept of like Ray Rose hanging out with Noah's siblings and like becoming a part of their town and family and all that. But yeah, it just wasn't my favorite overall, and that's totally fine. I think I would rate this book like a 3.75 because it wasn't bad by any means and I like enjoyed it, but it just wasn't my favorite. So I would say like a 3.75 is what I'm going to give this book. I've finished this. I'm going to now pick out a third book to read. I will let you guys know once I've chosen another book, and we're gonna keep trekking on because we have yet to find our 5-star book. I'll update you guys once I choose one, and then we'll get to reading. It's a while later now, but I think I have chosen my next read. I think I'm gonna read this book. It's called Imogen, obviously. It's a YA queer romance book, but I have been wanting to get back into like queer reads. If you don't know, I have a girlfriend, so I enjoy like the whole queer reads because I can relate to it. But I've been wanting to pick another one up and I got this one recently. We'll see how I like it, but I've heard good things about it. I'm gonna start this tonight and then I'll tell you guys how I feel about it once I get more into it tomorrow. But I'm excited. Our next read is Imogen, obviously. Hi, So it is now Saturday. It's like 1 o'clock almost. Memorial Day weekend, so happy Memorial Day weekend. But I have read so much of this book and I haven't told you guys anything really because I've just been really busy lately, but I'm gonna catch you guys up now. I'm on chapter 56, page 376. I think I have like around 30 pages left, but I really like this book. It's YA, like I told you guys, and I don't really know if I told you what it's about, but basically you have Imogen, who's like this girl right here on the front. She's a senior in high school and is about to go off to college next year, but one of her very best friends lives at the college she's going to because she's a year older than her. She goes to stay with her for a weekend. Imogen's best friend Lily is queer and she's like thriving in college because she's met a bunch of queer friends who she feels like safe around and everything. Imogen goes to visit her at college for a weekend. Also, Imogen's sister is also queer. She has a girlfriend, but Imogen's just like a straight alliance and she just supports all of her family and friends, has never really thought much about it. But she goes to visit Lily for a weekend in college just to see what it's like and see what it's going to be like next year. And she meets one friend named Tessa who she starts to like, but she doesn't really think anything of it at first. She just thinks it's like, she thinks Tessa's cool and stuff, but then her and Tessa kind of start forming a relationship. They start texting when Imogen goes back home for the week. They form this little relationship. It's really cute because Imogen's like kind of finding herself with meeting Tessa and kind of, you know, going back and forth in her head, and it's a very good representation. It's definitely fun to read about. I like rooting for her so hard. So I'll tell you guys when I finish what I rate it and like my final thoughts and all that, but I just wanted to update you. It's really good though, and if you are into like queer books, I definitely recommend it because it's super cute and I just love the story and the characters. But I'm gonna go finish this right now and then I'll let you guys know my rating. We'll see if we are continuing on or not, but let's go read. Okay, I just finished Imogen, obviously, and I just want to give you my final thoughts. I honestly really enjoyed this book. Like I said, it had great representation in it, and this is like definitely a book I would need when I'm younger. So I'm so glad they have like YA books like this nowadays for queer kids to grow up reading. There's so many points in this book I related to, so I'm just really glad that kids have these kind of books nowadays. One thing I didn't tell you guys about was there is a girl in this book that's friends with Imogen. It's like one of her best friends who's also queer. The whole time she kind of like puts other people in boxes and questions their queerness and questions whether they actually like who they say they like. I thought that was a really good take to have a friend like that, because there are people in the world that like question whether you're a good enough gay or queer person and like compare one another on how queer someone is. I don't know if this is making sense at all, but in my head it makes complete sense because I've been there. I'm like a very girly representing queer person. Like a lot of people in the street wouldn't know that I'm queer, so I just really related to that, and people questioning whether like you know yourself, if that makes any sense at all. I hope that did. This was just a great YA book with representation of queerness and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5, but definitely recommend this, and I'll let you guys know when I pick my next book. It's now a lot later now on Saturday. We were out like shopping all day and stuff, so I'm now back home and I'm starting the 4th book to this video so far. We'll see if it's the last. I have high hopes for this one because I have heard literally nothing but great things about it. The next book I'm starting is A Court of Mist and Fury. I have obviously heard so many great things about this book, and 2 of my best friends in like real life that read love this book so much, so I'm excited to read it. It's a big boy. It's like 630-ish pages I think, but I'm going to start this one tonight. We'll see if we can put like a tiny little dent in it, but very excited to read this because I loved the first one. I rated it 5 stars, so hopefully we can continue it going. We're gonna start it and see how much I can get into it tonight, but we are moving on to our 4th book and we'll see how it goes. It's now Sunday. I'm on chapter 19, 204 pages into Court of Mist and Fury, and I'm liking it a lot right now. I understand why people say they like Rhysand a lot better in this one, which I didn't think was gonna happen, but it's definitely happening. I'm not gonna talk too much on this book because I know that like a lot of it would be spoilers if you haven't read the first one. It's really good so far and I'm enjoying it. I still have so much to read. Like this book is so thick, but I'm gonna sit down and read. It's like 5 o'clock right now. I woke up so late and I've kind of been sick today for some some reason. I don't know, I just haven't felt very good. But I'm gonna sit here and try to read 200 more pages, hopefully. There's high hopes for this one. So I'm gonna sit here, read, see how much we can get through, and then I'll update you guys once I get further. Also, this is so random, but I have put my like book room on TikTok the past few days, and a lot of people said I should hang like more photos up or whatever. I have this poster and then this poster laying around, and I had 2 frames from IKEA, so I ended up hanging them, and I think they look so cute. I'll try to link below where I got these. I honestly don't remember. I think they look so cute, and I'm really happy with them. Just wanted to show you guys because I'm very proud. It is now Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day. It's Monday, and I am getting so close to being done. I have about 70 pages left. I'm on page 548 right now, so I'm kind of like in the middle of a chapter, but it's so good right now. I just want to finish it and see how it ends. But I'm gonna go outside on our deck. It's so nice out today, so I want to get some sun. I'm gonna finish reading out there, so I'll catch up with you once I've completed the book entirely. But guys, it's so good, and I can't wait to finish this, so I'm gonna go do that and then I'll come back to you. Okay guys, it's later on Monday. It's like around 3 o'clock. I'm about to film my May wrap up. I just finished A Court of Mist and Fury. Oh my god, guys. I literally want to jump into the next one because I feel like it left me hanging in the best way possible, but I really want to know what's gonna happen. But we have officially found our 5-star read. 100% recommend. I know it's like such a huge book. I'm sure a lot of you have read it, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm not gonna talk about this book that much just because it is the second book, and there's a lot that plays out from the first book, so it's a lot of spoilers the whole time. But we all just know that Rhysand is chef's kiss, and I'm so happy I got to read this book, and I'm excited to get into the 3rd one eventually. But that has concluded finding our 5-star read. So happy that it was this one. I had a feeling because I know a lot of people loved this one. I loved the first one and I loved the second one even more. So it is time for me to wrap the video up, but I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.